individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure outdoor.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, NMU's United Conference begins today. We'll hear about the message being sent with several keynote speakers arriving to discuss diversity and inclusion. Plus, we'll have the details as blue-spotted salamanders start their journey in Presque Isle Park. We'll tell you how organizations are helping them along. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. We'll head to Bay College to see how they're celebrating the holiday. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
For Marquette, looks like things will be getting a little cooler, but not colder, dropping close to that freezing mark, a little bit below by daybreak. Couple of snow showers early on Tuesday, but they really aren't expected to amount to much. Temperatures across the region will be dropping close to that freezing mark, maybe a few upper 20s along the Wisconsin border. And again, maybe a flurry or two toward daybreak. More of the rest of the forecast for the week coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. Northern Michigan University is again hosting the United Conference. In its 18th year, the conference is a celebration of inclusion and diversity. 2025 United includes workshops and presentations on Native American culture and customs, displays on Native dance, keynote speeches by world-renowned educators and authors, and even an exhibition of ancient Native American lacrosse. The theme of this year's conference is how we learn, lead, and advance equity for all.
There's something that represents just about any group you can think of, almost any interest. Sharing that information with each other, helping to understand each other's roots and cultures, deepening your own self and your own roots and cultures.
The conference will continue all day tomorrow at the Northern Center. Admission is free. As the snow melts, blue-spotted salamanders will begin their migration through Presque Isle Park. With help from NMU students and the Superior Watershed Partnership, a section of the park will be closed to let them pass through safely. Our Andrew Hands has the details.
Over the next few weeks, the southwest side of Presque Isle Park will be closed to vehicles each evening. Thousands of blue-spotted salamanders will cross Peter White Drive, lay their eggs, and breed for the season in the nearby wetlands. Since 2020, the NMU Biology Department has worked with the City of Marquette and the Superior Watershed Partnership, heavily decreasing the amount of salamanders being run over each year.
We're really fortunate that it's in the park, and that makes it much easier to control the movement of vehicles. They get across pretty quickly, but it is a little bit of a matter if they do get in when there's traffic, and so we want to avoid that.
This Wednesday evening, the Moosewood Nature Center will be hosting a learning experience offered by NMU students, covering the salamander's behavior, adaptations, habitats, and more.
We'll be focusing on all of the topics with the blue-spotted salamanders, just to kind of raise awareness for them and how important they are to the Upper Peninsula in this region.
Stewart says that each year is a little different in the process, with new NMU students coming in, adding their own studies to the research.
The amazing part about this migration is just the different developments that have occurred in the biological studies here. Additional work is done every year to kind of expand what's going on here. This year we're actually going to have some people that walk around the island and see if there's movements in other areas.
Peter White Drive will be closed to vehicles from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. every night until the middle of May. In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
In Escanaba, Bay College celebrated St. Patrick's Day by kicking off this year's Lunchtime Live concert series. Cafe Bay served up grilled Reubens, corned beef and cabbage, and Guinness beer cheese soup, while local Celtic band Felcha performed traditional songs from Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. While the band members have backgrounds in various genres, they share a love for Celtic music, and they bring the sound to life with the inclusion of authentic Irish instruments.
What I love about Escanaba is it has sort of that coastal maritime feel, and to be able to play Celtic music at some of the pubs down by the bay shore, the folk tradition really adds to this community and it really brings people alive, and I just love seeing people light up when we play.
Today's concert wrapped up a busy weekend for Falcha, who always performs a full schedule of shows around the holiday. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, President Trump and Putin are expected to talk more about a peace deal in a conversation tomorrow. Plus, Jim Koski's returning to the UP for another edition of Life in the 906. We'll hear about his recent trip later in the show, and we'll be right back.
There's a lot in this world you can't make right, but the comeback's always stronger than the setback.
Welcome to the nut house, sweetie.
This is a story of family. I can't imagine a world without them. It's our job to fight for the truth.
We got this.
For something better. And that's the start.
Reminds me of the good old days, don't it?
NCIS Origins returns CBS Monday, March 24th, and streaming on Paramount+.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brewed beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Mr. Mattress here. It's our free box spring event. It happens only once a year. Buy any mattress from our Mr. Mattress collection, and the foundation's free. Any size, twin, full, queen, or king. 7 different models to choose from. Pick your comfort, firm, plush, or pillow top. They're all here for you to try. Get a premium pillow top queen size mattress for just $7.99, and the box foundation's free. Get a twin size for $5.49, and the box foundation's free. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking things out on your St. Patrick's Day planner here. Looks like we'll have tranquil weather as we go on into Tuesday. Wednesday, a little hit of winter time here, and why not? We'll still be in winter with some snow and a bit of a mix as well. Early Wednesday or perhaps late Tuesday night. No repeat, though, of the big blizzard, of course, from a little while back there, and that's certainly some good news. It is St. Patrick's Day. Let's check out the record book here for St. Patrick's Day. Highest temperature ever recorded, 75. That was set back in 2012. Most snowfall, 8.2 inches. That was set 4 years later in 2016. Good snow there. Record low for St. Patrick's Day, 12 below. Go back to 1971. And along with the liquid equivalent, 0.61 inches of rainfall. That really translated into that 8.2 inches of snow. So 2016, wet and snowy. 1971, extremely cold and nice and warm back in 2012. Not much warmth here for Tuesday. Temperatures will be holding pretty much in the low 30s as we head on through the day. And that's pretty much going to be the case on Wednesday. So for the balance of tonight, again, a couple of snow showers slide through early in the morning, but I'm not seeing any accumulation here, no problem. Clouds kind of hang tough. Fairly tranquil, but watch what happens Tuesday night into the early morning hours on Wednesday. Not too bad, and then boom, we get hit with some pretty good snow bands here as we head toward Wednesday and Wednesday night. And snowfall by daybreak, not much, and then by the end of the day, you can see the snow bands here. Tough call here toward the east because there will be some rain mixed in These may change, so just be ready for it. But areas far Marquette West, we could look at about 4 to 6 inches of snow. A far cry from the 20 inches from the blizzard, but certainly enough to make travel difficult on Wednesday. Tonight, though, no problems. We're going to have temperatures near 30 degrees, maybe low 30s here in Marquette for your lows tonight. And tomorrow we'll get up into the upper 30s, a little bit warmer here, you can see, along that Wisconsin border under mostly cloudy skies. After that, wet snow, steady at times to end winter time here. And you saw the snow amounts there. Thursday, spring begins cold, windy, but not much in the way of precipitation. Nice mild hit for Friday, then back to some colder air for Saturday, and we'll stay in the 30s for Sunday and into early next week.
Tom, thanks again. Tomorrow, a high-stakes call between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin could set the tone for the future of the war between Russia and Ukraine. WZMQ Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill this evening. Brendan, good evening to you. What could this conversation tell us about the trajectory of this ongoing deadly conflict?
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Well, some foreign policy experts tell me that the fact that the U.S. and Russia are communicating, that they're having these conversations, are better than not having any conversations at all. This is not the first time President Trump has spoken to Russian President Vladimir Putin one-on-one about the war itself. It does, however, come a few weeks after U.S. officials, including Secretary Marco Rubio, met with their Russian counterparts for the first time since the war broke out over 3 years ago.
From the standpoint about a ceasefire and ultimately a deal, some pretty good vibes coming out of Russia.
With Ukraine on board with a proposed 30-day ceasefire agreement, President Donald Trump is optimistic Russia will agree as well as he prepares for a high-stakes call with Vladimir Putin on Tuesday.
A lot of work's been done over the weekend. We want to see if we can bring that war to an end. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but I think we have a very good chance.
Moscow is reportedly on board with the proposal in theory, but Putin has set out tough conditions and concessions from Kiev. Negotiators have reportedly already discussed dividing up certain assets between Russia and Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying this on the concessions Monday afternoon.
And that has been part of the discussion between the president's team and the Ukrainians. As for where those lines will be drawn or any specifics, I am not going to get into that from this podium.
Experts say the stakes are high for Tuesday's chat between the two world leaders.
But we're getting into the details, and things always get sticky when it comes to the details rather than just grand principles.
Dr. Todd Bell believes President Trump sees himself as the deal maker and is eager to negotiate peace.
Donald Trump sees himself as the peacemaker, and he likes to work one-on-one and bring deals to individuals. He doesn't like to be a moderator and have two principals in the room where he is sort of the third party there. He likes to be the key player.
And Kevin, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of stalling peace talks in an effort to prolong the war. Those accusations come as European leaders also say they're not satisfied with Putin's reaction to the ceasefire proposal. On Saturday, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said European nations are going to put even more economic pressure on Russia as they continue to also provide and maintain the flow of military aid into Ukraine in order to try to get Vladimir Putin to the negotiating table as quick as possible. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. We have insights coming up after the break. The annual Upper Poker Run returns this week. We're talking with one of the organizers about how it's benefiting the community. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Here's a business looking for a customer. Here's a customer looking for a business. And that's where the Better Business Bureau comes in. The BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. That's why 80% of people choose BBB accredited businesses over non-accredited ones with the same A+ letter rating. Live happily, better after. Always look for the sign of a better business because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspirus Health, bringing out the better in all of us.
Chips or cracks, we've got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Introducing Brian's Auto Glass, now in Nagani. Your trusted experts in auto glass repair and replacement. When it comes to your vehicle's glass, trust the experts at Brian's Auto Glass. Our highly trained technicians handle everything from window replacements to fixing those annoying chips. At Brian's Auto Glass, we're committed to quality and precision, ensuring your safety on the road. Visit us today at our new location at 6 Industrial Drive in Nagani, or call us at 906-233-4527.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Taking place this week is the second annual Upper Poker Run. Joining us tonight to give us the details is Mary Beth DeFazio from AJ's Lodge and Oven. Mary Beth, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for offering to talk about this tonight.
Absolutely. So first, I played quite a bit of poker in my day, but what is a poker run?
Well, with this run, essentially, there are 20 businesses located within the Western UP, all the way from Club 28 in Wakefield up to Russo Bar up near Mass City, down to the Casino and Waters Meet, and Stubbs and Ontonagon and all the Lake Ogivic businesses. And what the participants do is they pay $10 and they get a poker pass, and they have 3 days to visit the businesses that are identified and participating in the poker run. And every time they go to the business, they get a stamp, and then they turn in their cards at the end of the poker run by 9 p.m. on Saturday, March 22nd. For each stamp on their passport, they will receive one playing card that is drawn for a poker hand. And the best poker hand will win $1,000. The second place will win $500, and the third place will win $200.
Excellent. All right. And this is the second annual one. So first, how did the first one go, and how are you expecting this one to go?
Well, the first one was our winter without the winter that wasn't. And it went very well. It was very well received. All the proceeds go to groomer clubs. We have 3 groomer clubs, which we will be dividing the proceeds amongst. So the first one went great. And this year, I would imagine there's been a lot of interest, a lot of participation. So I think that it's going to go great. If you visit 10 or more businesses, you're going to get a commemorative T-shirt as well. So I think it's going to be a great event for people and for the businesses as well. I would imagine there's a lot of people that may have not been to some of the businesses. Char's Cafe over in Bruce Crossing, or perhaps Hoppy's Grill out in Kenton. So this is going to give everybody a wonderful opportunity. You can visit all the participating businesses on our website at ajslodgeandoven.com. And you can start putting your route together, because it is going to cover a lot of territory. You know, it was intended to be for snowmobiles. However, we don't have much of a snowmobile season left, but that doesn't mean that you can't get your friends together and go out in your vehicles and participate in this.
Right, absolutely. And just with all these businesses coming together to, partake in this, just what does that say about the whole event with everyone coming together?
Well, I think it has a lot to say about all of our businesses and the support that they show one another, and the fact that we're all coming together and making the miles between all of us a little shorter by introducing people to them and giving people another place to go and another option, and another reason to visit the UP on a weekend when they might not have chosen to visit.
Sure. Sounds great, Mary Beth. That's all the time we have, but thank you so much for coming on with us today. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and come out now and visit us in the Lake Ogibic area if you're not doing anything next weekend.
For sure. Mary Beth, take care.
Have a great one. Thank you.
And still to come on your 19 News, Jim Koski tells us about his recent travels out of the UP for Life in the 906. And later, experts arrive in the Upper Peninsula to talk with local fair organizers about how they can improve. We'll have the details when we come back.
He may be the best baseball player in the world. We speak to slugger Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers about his homecoming to Japan.
And in our Eye on America, a look at the struggle for more and more American families caring for an elderly member of the family at home. Is help on the way? That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
This job, it's about sacrifice for something nobler than yourself.
Here goes everything.
The FBI's are back in action.
Move, move, move!
We can stop this.
Eyes open, safety's on. Look at your back. Tracking down people who don't want to be found is our specialty.
CBS Tuesday is FBI night.
Well done, everybody.
The FBI's are all new CBS Tuesday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus 1 year free financing and free delivery.
If you are suffering from mesothelioma, lung cancer, or pulmonary fibrosis, you may be entitled to compensation, even if you smoked. Call Detroit-based Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people for more than 35 years.
Is that our luggage rack?
Fix that thing. Gorilla tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive for a hold that lasts for the toughest jobs on planet Earth. And for a clear fix, try Crystal Clear Gorilla Tape.
Choice Privileges makes it easy to earn points and maximize any vacation. You can earn reward nights fast and redeem at over 7,400 hotels. Maximized. Get double points on all stays when you book direct.
Do you wonder if you can predict winning, missing, and lottery numbers by knowing which numbers were drawn before? That's actually a myth. Truth is, no matter how many times the number has been drawn before, it has an equal chance of being drawn again. There's no way to know. So, know the facts. If it stops being a game, call the helpline or visit our website. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Welcome back, everyone. Look who it is, fresh from his recent travels. It's Jim Koski. Jim, what's going on?
Well, Kevin, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but there are a lot of traditions to look forward to when you're flying into or out of the UP. Will my plane leave on time? Will my luggage get there? Will turkeys on the runway cause my flight to be diverted? Those are a few, but here's the best, the Upper Airport Family Reunion. Now, let me explain. You can leave the UP for a few days, like I did last week when I was visiting my favorite snowbirds. Your flight can take you through many different airports where you're just a lone individual, unknown to everyone else. And you experience that feeling every single leg of your flight except the last one, the one that takes you home. You can be in Chicago or Detroit or Minneapolis, waiting to fly to Marquette or Escanaba or Houghton. Instead of being anonymous, when you get to the gate for the flight heading to the UP, you're suddenly among family. You may see people you know. You'll definitely get asked where in the UP you're from. And if you happen to have been on TV a few days prior, you may even have a very nice gentleman from Crystal Falls named Buddy come up to you and say, "So, you missed COVID, huh?" It's all part of your Upper Airport Family Reunion. Now, part of this is because Uppers are the friendliest people on the planet. I also think part of it is because we're family. Like other families, we may live 180 miles apart and we may disagree on lifestyles or politics, but we have one thing in common. We're part of the UP family. And when we see other family members, we feel like it's time to catch up, to see how things are going. or even just to introduce ourselves to another long-lost Youper. So the next time you're in O'Hare or Metro and you get to the gate of your flight home, don't be surprised the feeling you get is akin to running into a cousin you haven't seen in decades. It's just your latest Youper Airport family reunion. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Jim, thank you very much, and very happy St. Patrick's Day to you, sir, if I can say it correctly.
You probably can. But anyway, because I know that you're part Irish, like I'm part Irish, happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Kevin, as well.
Thank you very much, Jim, and don't forget to join Jim weekday afternoons on Q107 WMQT. Today, a nationwide initiative made its way to the UP to educate fair organizers and volunteers. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons has more on what they learned.
Today we have our kickoff. This is our first meeting of the You Make the Difference tour. We set a goal to talk to and train 500 fair boards by May 1st.
Speaker Ian Hill launched the You Make the Difference initiative to support agricultural societies and fair boards in rural areas.
They make a significant difference in their community, and in these changing times they need all the support, inspiration, and education that we can possibly provide.
Much of Hill's presentation focused on how to better serve local residents and how to get them engaged.
From the pandemic to today, people don't volunteer as much, but a fair or an ag society can be the catalyst to bringing those people together, creating that sense of community and a sense of community pride.
As well as giving the passionate people behind local fairs the tools and skills they need to keep them running well into the future.
Many of them have been on their fair boards, I don't know if you know this, for 10, 20, 30 plus years. They've got things that have worked incredibly well for them in the past. But the challenge of today is customers are changing, right? The world is changing fast. And so there just needs to be new tools, new solutions, new ways of doing business.
Hill says fairs, whether at the county level or like the UP State Fair, are essential to the continued success of small communities like the ones here in the UP.
Rural communities are relevant in the 21st century. Not everybody's going to be able to live in 20 cities across the United States. Ag societies and your local fair help keep small towns alive.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Now don't go away. Tom DeVecchio has a final look at weather for us when we come back.
Stay tuned to save $10 on the amazing socket fan light from Bell & Howell.
When you're hot, nothing feels better than the gentle cooling breeze of a ceiling fan. This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. With a push of a button, you can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself and install socket fan in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan light with deep socket extender is yours for $59.95. Act now, and we'll take $10 off. So you get it for just $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off, and the shipping is free.
Get cool fast with socket fan.
Call 1-800-506-4503 or go to buysocketfan.com.
What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
Stop being so petrified about things that make you uncomfortable. You're going to learn something.
Yeah. Plus tears of joy after a positive pregnancy test. And we deliver more positive news on J-Hood.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Who'll be there when amazing rises up or need for a warning comes falling down? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Keeping things pretty tranquil for tonight into tomorrow. A couple light snow showers or flurries passing through of little consequence here, but we do expect a little more snow and probably a snow rain mix farther toward the east here as we head toward Wednesday, and could be some pretty good snow amounts. High temperatures for Tuesday, getting into the upper 30s to low 40s, a little bit warmer along the Wisconsin border. And then wet snow for Wednesday, 4 to 6 from Marquette westward. And we're looking at windy conditions to begin spring on Thursday. Kevin?
Tom, thanks again. Finally tonight, over the weekend, the Marquette Polar Plunge made a splash for its 18th year. Rain or shine, the Polar Plunge is the biggest fundraiser for the Special Olympics each year. About 100 participants from 5 to 80 years old gathered at the Up North Lodge to raise money and jump in some very cold water. They were encouraged to dress up for the big plunge.
Crazy costumes. What they're going to come up with, people come up with some of the zaniest ideas, and how they fundraise. Some people come up with some really great ideas how to raise funds for their cause, and just seeing everybody come together and our athletes plunging, and our athletes raising money. I mean, if our athletes can plunge and raise money, anybody can do that.
Donations are also accepted online. That's all we have for now. We'll see you later tonight.